When people think of American military might, their minds often go to stealth fighters, nuclear submarines, or aircraft carriers bristling with firepower. Yet towering above them all, literally and figuratively, is a leviathan of the skies, the Lockheed C-5 Galaxy, the largest transport aircraft in the US Air Force's fleet. For over half a century, this airborne giant has hauled tanks, helicopters, troops, and even spacebound payloads across the globe. It is more than a machine. It's a flying embodiment of logistics power, strategic reach, and sheer audacity in aviation engineering. A giant with galactic proportions. The Galaxy is not just big, it's staggering. The most advanced version, the C-5M Super Galaxy, stretches a jaw-dropping 247 feet from nose to tail, making it longer than the Airbus A380 Super Jumbo by 12 feet. With a wingspan of 222.9 feet and a tail that towers as high as a 6.5-story building, the C-5 isn't just another aircraft, it's practically a flying skyscraper. In fact, its immense size creates unusual problems. The Galaxy is so massive that it doesn't fit inside many hangars. At times, the US Air Force has had to cut holes in hangar doors to accommodate its iconic whale-shaped tail, while in other cases, the giant simply sits outside, dwarfing everything around it. Inside, the Galaxy boasts a cavernous cargo hold of about 34,000 cubic feet, an airborne warehouse with wings. This bay can accommodate 1 battle tank, 6 helicopters, or even 24 pallets of supplies at once. To put it in perspective, a fully loaded C-5 can haul over 120,000 pounds of cargo thousands of miles without refueling. With aerial refueling, its range becomes practically limitless, born from a need for heavy lifting. The story of the C-5 begins in the 1960s, when the US Air Force faced a problem. Its existing transport aircraft, the venerable C-130 Hercules and the now retired C-141 Starlifter, simply couldn't carry the Army's new crown jewel, the M60 main battle tank. At 50 tons and 30 feet long, the tank was too much for existing airlifters. The Air Force issued a bold requirement: design a plane capable of transporting 100,000 pounds of equipment across 4,500 nautical miles at speeds exceeding 440 knots. This was no incremental step. It was a leap into uncharted territory. Boeing, Douglas, and Lockheed entered the contest. Lockheed won the contract, while General Electric was tapped to provide engines. Boeing's losing proposal, interestingly, didn't go to waste. It later evolved into the 747 Jumbo Jet, which revolutionized commercial aviation. By 1968, Lockheed had delivered the first C-5, a Galaxy, an aircraft so ambitious that each unit would cost the modern equivalent of $268 million. But what America got for that price was unmatched capacity and capability. A warehouse with wings. The Galaxy's capabilities quickly made it indispensable. It could lift 125 tons of external cargo or fly more than 5,000 miles with lighter loads. For comparison, during the 1963 Operation Big Lift, it took 234 aircraft to ferry 15,500 US troops to Germany in 63 hours. Air Force General Howard Estes later noted that the C-5 could have done the same mission with just 42 planes in only 13 hours. Its cargo box, 19 feet wide, 13.5 feet high, and nearly 144 feet long, is a feat of design. Nicknamed the nose visor, the C-5's hinged nose flips open, allowing ground crews to drive tanks and trucks straight into its belly. A rear ramp provides simultaneous loading and unloading, and its 28-wheeled landing gear can hydraulically kneel, lowering the aircraft so cargo can roll directly onto waiting trucks. This efficiency has earned it a reputation as one of the most flexible logistical tools in military history. Despite its size, the Galaxy requires only a core crew of 7: pilot, co-pilot, 2 flight engineers, and 3 loadmasters. For long missions, additional crews can rotate in, and up to 75 passengers can be carried in airline-style seating above the cargo deck. A history of heavy lifts. The Galaxy's first flight was in June 1968, just as the US was heavily engaged in Southeast Asia. C-5s quickly became the backbone of strategic transport to Vietnam. By 1973, they were central to Operation Nickel Grass, the emergency resupply of Israel during the Yom Kippur War. Within 10 hours of the mission's start, a C-5 was in the air, carrying 194,000 pounds of equipment. Over 145 sorties, C-5s delivered over 20 million pounds of supplies, including tanks and helicopters helicopters, sustaining Israel in its moment of crisis. The Galaxy continued to prove its worth during the Cold War, regularly hauling equipment for NATO exercises. In 1990, when Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait, C-5 spearheaded Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm, the largest airlift in history, transporting troops, vehicles, and supplies to the Persian Gulf. Later, they supported operations in the Balkans, Panama, Haiti, and Afghanistan. After September 11th, C-5s carried vital cargo into Central Asia, delivering everything from armored vehicles to humanitarian aid, carrying space programs, presidents, and even missiles. The Galaxy's versatility wasn't limited to conventional warfighting. Modified C-5Cs were used to transport massive components for NASA, including satellites, rockets, and even sections of the International Space Station. At one point, the C-5 was evaluated as a launch platform for intercontinental ballistic missiles. In 1974, one Galaxy successfully air-launched a Minuteman missile over the Pacific, proving it could deploy nuclear weapons in flight, a chilling but fascinating capability. The C-5 has also accompanied the President of the United States. Ahead of Air Force One, C-5s often deliver the armored motorcade vehicles and logistical equipment needed wherever the President travels. The aircraft has even reached Antarctica. In 1989, a C-5 landed on the icy runways of McMurdo Station during Operation Deep Freeze, carrying 2 helicopters, 72 people, and 84 tons of supplies for polar researchers. And in the realm of secrecy, the C-5 played a shadowy role. The first stealth prototypes, like the Have Blue Demonstrator and later the F-117A Nighthawk, were discreetly airlifted by C-5S to test ranges under the cover of night. The Super Galaxy. Though first flown in the 1960s, the Galaxy has not aged into irrelevance. Instead, Lockheed and the Air Force transformed it into the C-5M Super Galaxy. These modernized aircraft feature new General Electric F-138 engines, more powerful, fuel-efficient, and reliable than their predecessors. A state-of-the-art glass cockpit, digital autopilot, GPS, inertial navigation, and all-weather flight controls bring 21st century technology to a Cold War giant. With these upgrades, the C-5M has extended its service life until at least 2040. By then, the US may need an even larger replacement, though imagining something bigger than the Galaxy almost feels like science fiction. Symbol of power in the sky. The C-5 Galaxy is not just an aircraft, it is a statement of intent. Its colossal size and unmatched capacity symbolize the global reach of the US military. Whether delivering tanks to a battlefield, shuttling humanitarian aid to disaster zones, or transporting space technology, the Galaxy represents logistical dominance. For America's allies, it's reassurance. For adversaries, it's a reminder. When the Galaxy takes to the skies, there are few places in the world beyond America's grasp. The C-5 Galaxy isn't just a plane, it's a symbol of American power and reach. From battle tanks to satellites, it's carried history in its massive cargo bay. This giant has ruled the skies for over 50 years, and its story is far from over. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing aviation and military stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.